everybody. Time for some more retro coding. Add some more functionality to the Spectrum game. Spikie in space. Haven't done a great deal. I haven't added anything since the last video. I've got a couple of ideas of what to do here, so we'll get stuck straight into it. Look at that one. Yes, so we're in space now with Spikie, and we want to. I basically want to focus on collision detection today. I'll run it just to show us where we're at. Oh, don't know what's happening there. So we have a nice star field. That's what I fixed overnight. I just added a few extra ands. Got it working. So all we really need now is collision. Firstly, aliens colliding with Spikie, and then the bullets, which will be more tricky but should be doable. Now I've had a think about this already, and I could probably do it from here already but we're in draw enemies here. It's already drawing it, killing it, moving its step forward every time. I think it's doing enough in there. But with that said, we do know the exact position of the enemy at this time without having to have any data. So it is doable, I think, from here. But hello, Moz. Hiya, Microman. In the Discord. Nice job. Have a look at it. I know someone's written to me on GitHub with a pull request with this completely put down to a small routine. But I don't want to take the plunge and use that because I don't understand it all fully yet. But let's have a look what you've written. Yeah, you saw that, did you, Micro? Like I say, I will use that. And if the person who wrote it, I really appreciate that. If you're ever watching, I am going to use that. But at the moment, I'd rather use this code that I understand. Does it really? That's awesome. This game's going to need it as well. Let's have a look at this. Clear window. That's basically what Spectrum was trying to tell me, I think. But it's great to be able to just see it without having to think about it for once. Oh. Spongeman, that's it. It's similar to this, really, I think. It's got an LDIR in there somewhere. Funny how that's much quicker than that, isn't it? Hang on. So I keep the clear window routine, yeah, and then, oh yeah, and then it just loops through and does it and returns. I see. Brilliant. Maybe I should keep that there just for a second because I've never actually used LDIR, and then I'll be able to check in case I feel thick. I think it just increments both of them, doesn't it? No, it decrements that, increments that, and that. Well, I mean that. Brilliant. Let's have a look at this beast then. Because the firing I was noticing was a little bit stuttering. Oh yeah, wow. Oh, this is beaut. Isn't that funny? Wow. This is crazy now. It's like PlayStation 4. 60 FPS. Thing is, I'll have to... Now the loops are too quick. This is brilliant. Yeah, now I can actually... I could have got rid of this. The only thing is it's complicated the issue. I had to mess around making that 4. Yeah, no, that was brilliant, man. It's definitely not going to bollocks it up. It's superb work. Just changing. It's actually simpler code and faster. That's what you've got to love about that, isn't it? But yeah, I get what that does. I think I'll actually delete that. What I don't get is why increment DE at all? Quicker methods. Wow, this seems like super quick right now. The problem is I messed around. It's like a hack. Increment timer. I had to make it go 4 to get it to be the amount of seconds I wanted. Well, I guess all I have to really do is just change that to 1 and change that to 4. But I could probably like remove a load of crud down here. I mean, I don't even need level timing now, do I? Just make sure I did the right thing there. Yeah, I did. Oh god, we'll have to slow down that as well, won't we? Of course. Yeah, that's quality work though. Whoops, sugar, what have I just done? Right, so that should be back to 5-second loops, and everything should be the same but smooth. Seems like longer than 5 seconds so far. What the hell? I wouldn't have thought this would make a difference. It should be doing the same thing as Ink HL. They are scared. I mean, I'll just try changing this back to 4 and 16. I don't know why that would break it though from doing what I just did. The interval particularly shouldn't stop them from spawning. I've done something else, haven't I? Oh no, here they are. Oh, that looks amazing now though. It's actually quite a good spawn rate anyway. It makes it more fun not having to wait as long, to be honest. Just try with. I'll put just a 2 there and see what happens. Should be actually making it longer to wait. Weird how it breaks it completely. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, but the interval needs to change. Although that's quite cool as well. Tempting to leave it like that. Just out of interest, I've changed it to 4. They should stay a little bit closer together now. Quite a lot closer, but I mean even closer than what we had before. Bit too long to wait as well, isn't it? And yeah, they're too close. But I like how we can control it with that. We'll be able to come up with a way of, you know, having different styles of enemies just with a different one of these somehow. I'm quite tempted to leave out 4. Sadly think that means that we have to be 8 or 16 on this. And 8's going to be too close, so it's going to have to be 16. I will try 12, but I think that will break everything. Has to be a power of 2. Although it did work there, but they're still a bit close for my liking. That's cool how it worked. Okay, as long as you can divide 256 by it, then it's okay, I think. As long as it will eventually hit 256. Oh, so I think you can do any multiple of 2, yeah. Like I said, I'm definitely not a mathematician. Getting worse in my older age as well. We lost 2 of them, see? It didn't work. It broke it. But 16 will work. Yeah, it's back to how we had it, isn't it? Something I've got to do soon is make patterns that suit slot it's in, like the top, middle, or bottom. At the moment, I've had to put the bottom like right near the middle of the screen just so that it doesn't break the game because of the patterns. Let's not worry about the patterns right now. Because once I get the collisions done, it's going to really feel like a fun game to play already. Then we can do the patterns another time. So anyway, I was thinking about doing it from here. But I actually think it wouldn't use that much data to store the position. So I might just have to remember I'll go in and change all the IX plus 1s in a second to IX plus 3. And then I have XY. I could always do there. If we wanted to have different size enemies, they'd have to have a height and a width for each one as well. I thought about that, and I want to try and keep it simple, so I am going to keep them all the same size. So now it's like that instead. Only a few extra bytes really, because there's only 5 enemies on screen at one time. Firstly, I'll change the IX plus 1. IX plus 3. Change the data length and check it works. Looks pretty good. Nice. So instead of trying to do the collision here, we'll just store the position. And I think that'll be simple as that. Now we can just do our usual sort of collision check somewhere else. I think I'll do the same thing for the bullets. So the step works in just the same way as it always was, but we happen to have this convenient storage of the current position. And oh, we have got bullets, haven't we? Of course, they already have a position, I expect. Yeah, because we're doing them when they haven't got a flight path or anything. So it's a toss-up, really, where you want to do the collision check. Like, do I want to do it in this class or in the enemy class, or do I want to have a collisions class and just do it from there? Oh, sorry, I've missed some messages here. I didn't even notice the road until you said it. Walk practice. Pattern 2 ones are too fast. Yeah, I'm going to definitely change the patterns. I think the first pattern is okay, and we can use it. But what I want to do is I've started it at 0, and I want to actually have it centered. So I'll start it at like say 5, and then I'll be able to go up and down by 5. And then I'll have some that are specifically for the top stuff, and some that are specifically for the bottom. They are pretty scary. They come out of nowhere, don't they? They're just moving along straight and then bang. I'm not sure of the best way of doing this, but I'm just going to create a file called collisions. Start from there, see where it takes me. I'll include it right now so I don't forget. Right, excuse me. There's probably a way of doing this without using IX or IY. I think I'm going to use HL and IX. So like, and all you experienced coders out there will probably think, why don't I just make it like generic collision routine on? But my brain can't cope with it, so I'm going to make one where I point IX at the enemies and HL at the bullets. I'm going to go from there, so I'll know exactly what's getting hit, particularly the enemies. So I need to set it to dead. Well, I need to do that with the bullets as well. Alright, so it might be worth splitting this screen in a minute so I can just look at the other file. But new collectibles. Oh hell yeah, definitely. I mean, at first I was having the idea where you could charge up your gun and get different firepower, but I gave up on that. I thought that sounds a bit complicated when I tried to do it. I haven't even got the basic gameplay working yet. But yeah, definitely collectibles, and then maybe like a homing bomb or a yeah, like you say, a smart bomb just kills everything. This is definitely the most important thing now, though, and obviously the code's still fairly clean, so I might as well do this now while it's clean. It does kill me making this specific one. I'm sure there's a way of doing it. Hmm. I mean, for example, here, where like back in this draw routine, I, I'm already at the exact right enemy. You know, it's already looping through all the enemies. So is it really worth creating another loop, or could I just pass it in one enemy? And then I guess I want to iterate through all the bullets. And I don't really even need to load it because I can just load it here. HL bullets. So I'll go through each bullet. Let's keep this open. Went the wrong way with that, but okay. At first it was that idea, Moz, but that now it seems super complicated. Maybe I'll just start off completely fresh. It may be better to do that. At first I thought porting might be fun, but it might be tricky. I can only have a go, can't I, really, and then I'll know. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to look at. So first we want to check if it's dead, or check if it's 255 in turn. That'll be go to next. Go to next would be bullet data length. Add HLDE. Okay. So here we have a live bullet and we're pointing IX at the enemy. we need to. It's quite complicated, this, isn't it? Because we need to basically jump to the. We need to do what we were doing all the other times with the collision, but just jump to next instead of returning. I was just thinking about what I had to push and pop at that point, and that was nothing to do with what I'm doing. Cheers, Micro. Do you remember that time though I just couldn't get across and I was trying? I just had to get across to like test the shop or something. Test the UI. Alright, so this is going to get complicated, I think. Playing like Flash. Oh, we got ink HL, haven't we? Ah, this is where you got to be careful about how much you add. Or I suppose I can always decrease HL. So I'm at the X. Right. This is more complicated than usual, isn't it? Because we're testing two different like arrays. Normally I have one of them with an actual like stored cached position X and Y. There's the enemy's left side on the bullet, its right side of course, and then check its left and jump away if it is. Cycling, I could never do that. I'd be too scared. Yeah, I could do it off road. I know that the bullet is only one wide, so I'll just put add bullet width there, like that. There we go. That should work. And then same again for bullets left side. Actually, HL's still in the right bit we want. We'd normally need the width Again, it's fixed right now. Is that right? Let me just double check, because I just make this mistake so often. Bullet left side, enemy right. I think it is right. Yeah, so did I, Moz. Although I don't think they ever quite went out of fashion. I think I know what you mean. Like back when skateboards used to be them thin little colourful things. Like a orange plastic little thing. Right, so this time, get the Y. Thing is less than. So we want to add. Thing is we do need to ink HL again. Excuse me. I haven't commented that very well, have I see why. Just making it super clear, really. Big stretch. Hello, Coda Mick. I'm always stretched out, to be fair. It's an easy achievement for me to do that one. Oh, I made a complaint to Twitch. Finally, I got through. Not a complaint, but I couldn't get through to them on Contact Us. Like them emotes. And they just kept not responding. So I've written them an email. I found a way to email them now. Hopefully that gets resolved now. Would be nice. Thanks to Moz, I'm only actually 4 subs away from the next tier of that. And obviously all the other subscribers, such as yourselves. I think it's just a case of compare B. Yeah, it should be the other way round here, actually. Yours is not approved either, right? Okay, so they're obviously struggling. I mean, I noticed it might be something to do with copyright infringement. I mean, I don't know what the law is on that, but I noticed a lot of other channels with like Beavis and Butthead and stuff. So what's the difference between that and Manic Miner's wife? Nice one, Moz. I remember someone gave me a random sub once on another channel, and I thought that they'd singled me out for it, and I thanked them. I didn't realise it was random. We're gonna have to do NC here. Doesn't really make any difference. Let me make sure that's right because I'm having a chat, and this is when I make the most mistakes. So if the enemy's bottom is in B, the bullet top is in A. A has to be bigger. Yeah, I think that's correct. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, that is annoying. It's lame they twitch all with that. I guess, to be honest, you don't really get much of a bonus. I think you can watch it without adverts. That's about the best feature of being a subscriber right now. I don't know what else I can offer really other than the emotes. But it's very much appreciated, as you know. Try and finish this off, see if it works. Ah, that's wrong already. So I've increased HL twice. I could even decrease it twice, but I think I'll just put it there. I'll put -2 because we ink HL twice. Wowza Moz. Flipping hell, dude. I've never even heard of Optimus 994. Moz, don't do it, dude. They might never give it to him. You're a legend, though, man. Thank you for the gifted sub. Getting crazy subscribers thanks to Moz. Oh, is Optimus in here now, is he? I do apologise if you are. No, it's kind of crazy, that feature. I won't say no though. Or although you do realise I'm not doing it just for the money. I enjoy streaming. How big is the bullet? I forget. Oh, it's just one, isn't it? Yeah, man. Thank you very much, Moz. And not least that as well, but also I think it will help with the algorithm getting me recommended to other people. Don't get any subs, they probably don't recommend you. I don't know. It's just the way I look at it, but actually I just right. I hope this works because it feels like it should. Oma! I love it, man. There's probably meant to be a sound with that, but it certainly is nice, Moz. Thank you. And you never know, if I make some really good games in the future, could build up. But yeah, massive help along the way right now. Did you used to do streams? £3 a month? Yeah, that's very little. Thanks to you, I've made a lot more than that already. Dude, why is that one so small? Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, it looks right to me. That was with your dad. Thanks, Grandpa Moz. Hope you're enjoying the show. Is he a Spikie gamer? Hope he at least plays it sometime. Bit of super hang on or something. We got another mic. Nice. I've got to have the highest mic ratio on Twitch. Let's just try with the old, famous trick of just changing the border colour. I'm not even going to change it back. It's a bonus having so many mics. Mics, mix, you're all welcome. It's funny, there used to be Daves everywhere, but it's hardly. I don't think anyone admits to being called Dave anymore. I never meet any Daves. I'm just wondering, is it really that simple just to call that with IX pointing at the enemy? I probably need to push and pop quite a few things. Not so many Garys anymore either now. Used to be like all good old English names, didn't it? Well, I don't know if Dave is actually an English name, but there's a lot of Englishmen called Dave. Alright, Dave. Better check this push pop thing. Because I kill HL straight away. And DE. DE doesn't matter. And actually, HL doesn't matter because we pop it there and get it back from there. If we call it in between, it should be fine. And IX conveniently already points at the correct enemy. So I believe we can just do call, check collision. And in that case, really, to be honest, I should have this in the enemy class. Let's just pop it down here. I've never watched Game of Thrones, do you know that? I don't watch much TV for the last maybe 10 years. Oh, I like it, Micro. That's good. Clever. That's a game there. That's a game title coming up. Yeah. I'd love to make a ZX next game at some point. Every time I feel like doing it though, I think I haven't mastered enough of this to warrant moving up a league. But maybe I should. Let's see if this works first. So, calls it from up here. It's going to need... Oh, it's got the return when it gets to the end of the bullets. If all the bullets are dead, it's going to jump to next pretty quick. That's good. Might as well keep him as a character, innit? For all systems. So when I move up to the NES or Next, he could be a bit more colourful. Move up to SNES, he gets even better looking, you know. It's going to be awesome. I'm kind of scared to try it because it was this simple. I'm kind of thinking, how can it be? HL bullets. You know what? I don't think I need to do anything else. I think we'll get a cyan border when I hit the enemy. Oh, okay. I've got something that doesn't even compile. Firstly, I'm just going to get rid of collisions now. I can always make it again. Where's the enemy's gone? Line 143. Oh, to load B. You need to load BA. Alright, so do we get the cyan? Ooh, we got it instantly. Obviously, they're going to have to be alive for it to happen. Yeah, so something's definitely broke there. Just try that because my brain is not the best. I used to love that. What was it called again? That system, yeah. If there's a collision, we'll return for a start. But oh, I changed it to C as well. Let's see if that works. Okay, good. Oh, seems like the Y is not working. Maybe the X is. Oh, very strange. Elmo. Oh, look at that. They're bugging out. Weird how it doesn't change at all now. Section. Two pairs of animal pajamas. You should get some Nintendo one. Just want to try and get some sort of sense of when it's colliding and when it's not. Well, it seemed better for a second then. Weird. Definitely something wrong about it. Because it's nothing to do with pushing and popping. Because we pop HL there, so we don't have to worry about saving HL there. I'm 99% sure. And DE we load here, so again, doesn't matter what DE is. Much money, man. Is he your favourite Bond? Sean Connery, is it? Oh shit, innit? Neat. Hmm. Oh, I've messed up here. Sean Connery. That's better. I think that'll work. Yeah. Ah, hang on. If we jump to next, we haven't done all them inks. That's what's one of the problems. I think I cackled. We do actually need to decrease. And annoy, because then if we jump, it's the right HL still. And then annoyingly here, I've got to do it all the way up. Wait there. Because of course, if it jumps, made a right pig's ear of it, but I can fix it. So the purpose for doing that is so that if we do jump, and I'm repeating myself, because I think that would have been a major problem there. Now I just have to make sure this is right. So the bullet top is in B. The enemy's lower bit is in A. If A is smaller than B. Yeah. This needs to be changed, unfortunately. Okay, we're finally there, I think. Mook. Oh, you Mook, hello mate. Didn't even see your message there in between everyone else's. Hope you're doing well, mate. I think I just put the finishing touches on that routine. Now it should work. Because there were some errors in there. I want to see a cyan background when I kill them. Oh, couldn't even fire. Well, hey, that looked pretty good. Yeah, it's looking good. So we already have a routine for kill player. IX is already pointing at the right enemy. Blammo, mate, that is the one. For once, something actually worked within the first hour, just. It's looking like smart as well because you don't need to keep loading. All done within that one loop, really. Good to hear, Mook. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. Yeah, simple as that, ain't it, Micro? Simple as that. And now we can just kill enemy. The laser's going to carry on and kill them all. It's like a mega laser that just continues through anything it meets. Just obliterates everything. Bang, you're dead. Kill some more bugs, sir. Ooh, easy. Of course I need to kill the bullet at the same time. Oh, they're not so easy. Is there a famous YouTuber called Mook or something? Yeah. I've heard the name Mook or something. Oh, that's big progress though, isn't it? We've got to kill these little buggers now. Have we got to kill Bullet? Doesn't look like it. Call it Bullet Kill. Match the rest of it. Now, in that loop, I was already had the bullet in HL. Maybe I should just make HL equal to bullet. Because I could just as easily have not written a routine. I could just, it doesn't even need to be ink HL'd because the first thing in the bullets is the is the life rule. Set that to false. But maybe it's cleaner and nicer just to have a little routine. I don't think this is a legal command with HL to do that. I'll try it. Oh, it compiled. Okay, it still didn't seem to kill the bullet though. Oh, yes it did. It's just that I can hold it. I need him to move slower really so I can hit the buggers. One by one. What I'm trying to see is if the bullet dies when it hits the enemy. I think it does, you know. Yeah, it does. I need to make it really so you can't hold the fire. Although I hate games where you can't hold fire actually. Where you have to keep tapping it. It does seem to be a bit easy. Perhaps we could make the enemy take 2 hits. That would make it significantly harder though. Maybe too hard. Stars are just like a very simple thing. They're not like meant to be moving. All they do is they're just one bite. It rolls to the end and turns into 0. It spawns somewhere else. So they're not like it's not in like any continual movement of the stars. Just a little effect really. I was trying to keep the game as simple as possible to make, and I don't want to run out of like space or processing power. But what I definitely do want is like an end of level boss, some stuff like that. Obviously new waves of. I can put a different sprite on the enemy, but I'm going to keep them all the same size actually. Just like I say, I want to keep it really simple, not get bogged down in something for days that is not even necessary for making a game. I quite like, because I'm looking at it through such a small window. The starfield looks absolutely amazing on my screen, but I know when you look at it through a big window, it looks a bit cruddy. If you try shrinking that down, it looks amazing to me on a little screen. Did you miss the one yesterday, Micro? Yeah. Yeah, it was surprising how I just added that. Like, first thing I tried worked, and it looked pretty cool straight away, so I just stuck with it. One annoying thing about the starfield, I'd love a suggestion of how to get around this problem, but my window is 24 width, and to do an AND, we get a random number between 0 and 255, but I only want it to be a maximum of 24. So I had to do AND 15 and then AND 7 and add the two together. So I can never really get 0. It's going to be unlikely. I have to hit 2 zeros in a row to get 0. But it works nice enough. Alright, well that's good, because I thought that could have took me all night to just do what I've just done there. So I'm ahead of schedule for once. What to do next? Have a little play. I could take a look at doing that end boss, because if I... Oh, of course the collision with where they actually hit me is not working yet. They can just fly through me. I'll show you. We'll see all the waves, and then at the end it'll go. The border will change colour, and a little bit of music plays. I could just as easily jump to like a boss routine. Now, I'd love suggestions for the boss, because it's got to be simple. I don't want, I can't make something that's like pixel perfect collision, all that. But I don't know. Something funny would be nice. Something quite funny. Maybe a Homer Simpson face or something. It takes a little while to go through this. There's 20 waves. We're going to customize the waves, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. I don't feel like doing that tonight. Just a boring, easy but boring task. It's only 24 width, Micro. That's the problem, yeah. If it had been 32, it would have been fine, because I could have just done and 31. Boss of Weatherspoons. Is he the Aussie guy? Aussie guy. Oh, I get you. Make him the boss. You've got to shoot him in the hair, otherwise he doesn't die. This will end in a minute. Believe it or not, we're still going through them 20 waves, unless the game's now bugged. Maybe it is. No, there it is. There's the end of the level. So it's going to be very easy to trigger a boss. I'll just do it there instead of turning the screen red. Do I want to have the boss now, or is it? Oh, let's finish the collision off because it doesn't collide with the player. Should be a lot easier than doing that. Not a lot easier, but a bit. For example, we don't need to load HL with bullets or anything because player has his position stored. We'll just access that. Spikie expansion. Giant spin. That's about the equivalent of my drawing skills. Yeah, whatever I try and draw, it'll probably look like that. Yes, I do. I do think about that, Emook. In fact, before I started this game the other day, I was about to try and do a next project, but I wanted to progress a bit further into this and learn a bit more about it because I still fail just making a 48k game quite a lot. So. But I'm definitely going to get onto the next, like within the next couple of weeks at most, maybe even within the next week. But yeah, right now I don't even understand the hardware, what it does. I will do, Mook. Thank you, man. I'll add you on thingy if I haven't already got you somewhere. Oh, the dev team, fantastic. Oh man, yeah. Maybe you can even just point me at where I can download the documentation, a good source of it. Leave me that, that way I, might be able to get myself started on my own. Because whenever I look, I find it's a bit lacking, like a quick start sort of guide to it. Got lots of dots. Thank you, man. I'm obviously looking in the wrong place. Like I say, I haven't spent many hours looking for it or anything. I've just a few times browsed around. Choke player collision. It's much more simple. There's no loop to worry about because the loop's done here. Again, IX will be the enemy. Do you know? I don't think I need any of that loot, do I? Get the enemy. Pretty much copying this for now. I'll copy that in. Now I'll just change it up a bit. I love reading the comments out of context. Oh crap! I've got to take 10 guys. It doesn't sound good, whatever it is. Spikie's castle. Spikie castle. I'd love to make a gambling game, but I will struggle with that, I can tell you right now, because I've tried to make one in Unity before, just pontoon or blackjack and poker. I've tried both and I've struggled just with the basics. Should have looked at what I deleted. I think I need the whip as well. I'm just reading that. I don't know. I don't have a clue how to do that. Yeah. You're clever, man. Let's have a look at. I'll just quickly try that. Like that. Wait. Oh, I see. Can you do that? No, full stop. Okay, thank you. I missed that. I'm a complete noob with even command line stuff. I never used to have to use it at all. I've got quite a narrow scope of how I've learned. I've just taught everything myself. That's brilliant. Yeah, you, you saved me a load of hassle there. Although it didn't actually open. Well, I could click it from there. Oh no, I can't. Anyway, wait there. Let's make sure I don't get waylaid too much. Just got to put that into B. Didn't I change it though? Funny it doesn't open. I didn't know about that pipe command. I know very, very little about command prompt or PowerShell. I'm in PowerShell, by the way, if that makes a difference. You probably are well aware of that, but anyway, that's looking good, the first bit. Bullet top, so player top into B. And then player bottom into A. So if we're here, it gets a collision. There's no loop or anything. It's a one-shot thing. Of course, I don't want to be jumping either. I want to be returning. because we're going to call this in that already done loop with the enemies, so it doesn't matter that there's loads of enemies. If it collides with the player, what do I want to do right now, seeing as the player has no lives or anything? I mean, let's just do the old trick for now. Set it to some colour. Right. So I guess after this, the next step is to make player be able to be dead and alive and give him lives. Line 131, enemies. Oh, oh, I was pressing the wrong key. I was meant to let it collide with me, wasn't I? And it's not, but obviously why? Because we don't call it. Okay, let's try it again. Oops, I keep pressing the wrong key. That looks pretty slick. It looked to be exact. Bang on. Time to put some lives in there. I mean, I'm tempted just to copy the entire UI out of our other game. Not sure. Yeah, I'm sure that'll work. Maybe I need 2 pipes. Doubt it, that's an or then, isn't it? Nah. Maybe a comma. Strange one, isn't it? Oh well, it's no matter. Semicolon. Ah, good thinking. Thank you for your help, man. That's like you say. That's like increased my productivity by 100%. I love it. Thanks, man. It used to annoy me having to do that twice thing. I just never thought about trying to chain the commands. Um, ooh, I'm kind of tempted just to pull that UI in from the other game. Really am. Cheers again, Luke. No, let's try and make a new one. True that, Mook. Not just that, it helped me understand. I never thought to do that before, and now it'll just be second nature. Constantly learning. I've been doing this quite a few years, different code, different types of coding, and game engines and frameworks. Every type of game development that you can think of, really. Just chipping away. Takes bloody years, but you know, when you don't know what you're doing at all. But it's fun. I've had fun every step of the way. Let's just make a new UI. I'm well tempted to put it in. We still have Bazinga, don't we? Yeah, good. I don't like this end P thing. What's it there for? Yeah, we're using print string. Oh damn it, let's put it in from the other one. Otherwise I'm duplicating what I've already done about less than a week ago. I'll be surprised if I'll just try and get it working like that first and then adapt what's there. Um, that sounds awkward, man. Nothing worse than sitting in an awkward position. What have I opened this for? Oh, I was going to think about calling the UI from here, but no, it's too messy. I'm going to do it from in here for now. If I remember right, this has a stupid name because it basically refresh the numbers. But we will call it here one time. So I could have gone one step further and pulled my color routine that done the background of the UI a different color. Well, it's not actually the UI, it's painting the screen that we've got to do separate. So it has to only paint the 24 cells that we see onto the buffer. But we'll have it all black for now, I'm happy with it. Oh, there it is. Straight up. Easy. Do we want some cash? Maybe at the end of the level we can buy some upgrades. Bigger bubble. Bigger bubble would be a downgrade though, wouldn't it? It'd be harder to avoid the enemies. Maybe you could have 2 bullets, you know, 2 turrets. Right, so the point of doing that was so we could give him lives, wasn't it? So let's change cash to lives. Although, maybe just add lives separately and keep cash for now. Yeah, I'll keep it all exactly as it was. The only reason I'm looking here is so I can roughly lay it out like it is. Oh, why? I wonder why I had one just called label. Lives label should be 1 less than that, 25. Does it need an X? Oh, each digit has an X. Thing is, I only want it to be 1 digit. Maybe we could have a colon or something. I need the space. Just have the colon and then have the lives there, you know, like. Or I could just do it like I've got the cash and have a number like underneath the V. And I'll take a look at the screen. What do you reckon? I think it would look better to match what we've got. So I'm going to do that. It's, you know, nothing's fixed forever. We can change it. But in that case, I mean, I'll put 1 there so that if I want to make 10, just adapt it. $25, $27, so it will be 27. I'll do that because I probably will add it so you can have more than 9 eventually. If I recall, BC doesn't get killed by any of these, and we don't actually need that. I remember right. Yeah. Oops. Did I just mess that up? Yeah. Oh, look at that though. I didn't put an end to the string. I don't like its position. I mean, I guess I could just call it life. Oh, I've done that again. So used to pressing it twice. That looks better, but obviously it sounds a bit stupid. The only way I can think of otherwise is setting them all like justified to the left. Yeah, good shout. Good shout. Do you know, I just thought the same thing when I read your message. I honestly did. Well, I started to think it. I mean, money. It's a bit ambitious for me having money in this game. If I'm honest, it was a kind of joke when I said it, because I suppose you could buy like 2 turrets and maybe like a smart bomb. Yeah, why not? I guess makes it a bit more interesting in the game, doesn't it? So they will be 25. Now the problem is this only has 4. If I remember right, only one of them is active anyway. Oh, thanks, Moz. You crazy git. Benny Hill tune. I should play the Benny Hill game now. Every time I hear that. Cash money. Need one more of these now. Oh, we can get rid of all of these BC. Just want to check I've done that constant correct. Actually, that's good because we moved it, didn't we? Yeah, there we go. Cool, because I'll probably shout the house down. Thank you, man. I love it. I think I'll just copy that. Simples. Right, let's have a little look. Sure, it's not quite done yet. Oh, it's pretty good. I might as well leave that extra 0 on the score. Lives is just going to have 1 for now. I'll go for 29. I think that's the correct one. I love it when you can just copy what you've already written. I know it goes against everything about what good coders say because they'd find a way of making it so you didn't have to. Let's see this. Hey, there we go. That's exactly how I wanted it for now. Of course, it's easy to move them about. The important thing is we've got 5 lives now, and I need to be able to kill the player. I think I'll do another little routine, especially for it. I've got lives in UI, just like I have for cash. I think that's fine, isn't it? I'll do it the same way I've done this. The increment score, you just call like increment score 1 or 10 or whatever. Decrease cash, just decreases it. Do the same as that. It's the exact same. Okay. I already got a ball for is alive. I think so, and I'm just going to keep it simple and just have that. A player. Is a love. Let's just set it true to start off. Alright. If it's dead, we won't draw it. can't type. Does it? True is 1 and false is 0, yeah. You liking this mod, yeah? I'm glad you are, mate. I'm enjoying it as well. Coming out quite smoothly at the moment. And same with update. We just won't update it at all. Of course, I actually need to check if, like, in the update loop to make him alive again. But right now, I just want to kill him and have him die. Lives will go down by 1, and that'll be it. We won't see him again. Give it a try. Hasn't worked. That's why. Hopefully it works now. Otherwise, I'm not sure why not. Hey! Oh, lives went down to 0, so that's a problem. I, of course, just want it to happen once. And the reason for that is, yeah, the player is still there. Like, the position is, it never gets changed from whatever it is. So the enemies are going to fly along. I mean, really, I need to not update the entire level. I need to stop when the player's dead, really. Might be better. But either way, I mean, an easier way would be to set this to 255 and 25. I mean, if you set X to 255, that's way off the screen. You could set it to 50 and it'd be way off the screen. So there would never be a collision anyway. That's what I was like when I first got the collision working mod. I was like, yeah, kill some bugs. I'm quite sad that I've restricted myself to all the same size of enemy now, but I really do want to keep it simple. I think that will be actually a big task to make variable enemy sizes. Unless I just copy that routine and then had a different size, so I could have like 2 set sizes. Oh, I'm just reading your message, Mook. Wow. Are you talking about? Am I loading A somewhere? Is that what you're talking about? Because I only do. I'm going to delete that. It's only to load the. It's only to do the. Is this what you're talking about? Maybe a little bit better than that was. You're allowed when you're chatting in the chat though. I've got to try and stop. I shouldn't do it. Oh yeah, I will do Mook. If I was doing A0 there, it was just because I couldn't be bothered. I wanted to change it to another colour easily, and I'm going to delete this anyway very soon. Well, I wanted to ask you something, Mook. While I've got an absolute knowledgeable person here. You see here what I've had to do. Let me comment this a second to make it more clear. Get a value, a rand between 0 24, and that's I have to do and 15, and then another one with and 7. Then that gives me my full screen width. but I'm very unlikely to get 0 now, aren't I? I guess I'm as likely to get 0 as I am to get any other number. I'd need to get 2 zeros in a row, wouldn't I? And the same can be said for this one as well. My rand I got off of that great guy Spectrum, if you know him. Quite a nice, I don't even understand it if I'm quite honest. But yeah. I'll open it up for you. You know Russ. Cool. I didn't know he was called Russ. But he's on my Discord. I think he was. He hasn't shown up for the last about a week. I think he got sick because I was a bit slow on certain things. But I'm sure he'll be back in to see how I'm doing on my project. Spectrum, that's it, yeah. But he's helped me a great deal, man. Massive amount. That being said, I made my own way quite far. He just helped me on certain things I was really stuck on, and he sorted it out for me. But in doing so, he taught me a lot of new things, which I'm using to this day, you know. But I still don't quite understand how this works. I don't see the seed. I don't really get this. He doesn't call it. I don't understand it, I've got to be honest. Have I gone? I hope not. Oh, sorry. Sorry for all this flicking around, but I'll get it both on the screen. Oh yeah. I have to actually just. I'll be right back. Less than a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. It's 0 to 23. Sorry, yeah. And then I add 2 because there's actually a gutter around the side that I don't use. But that's a separate. You don't need to really worry about it if you're doing that. Can't even see where I add the 2 on now. Oh, here. Ooh. But yeah, back to the problem we were also having. I've got this in mind here, this random thing. I'm also thinking about killing the player and then respawning him and making sure he only loses 1 life. But yeah, that's the goofy way. Do you remember, Moz? You taught me a way where I could have just put a little loop label here and just done a round and said if it's less than 20, if it's over 24, do it again. But it would be a lot slower, that wouldn't it? I think. Although maybe that was quicker actually. Because I know you can do relative jump and then I don't even need a label, but that gets confusing to me. Let's try that. Sorry, 20, yeah, 24. Because I'm going to jump with more than or equal. That would actually work, wouldn't it? I should have pushed the git up before I messed around with it. Randy. Spawn star Randy. It sounds like porn star. Oh god, this is the X. The other one was the Y, I think. Oh god, I've done something. I've completely messed it up. It was alright actually. Oh, won't let me redo it. What the round for the Y is the one without the buffer gutter. I know this is a right mess for someone who didn't write it, so no, that's impossible for you to know really, unless you have already studied all my code, which you'd have to be insane. I think this will work. I've got it in my head now. Then we had the buffer side. Then here we're getting the Y. And of course, yeah, that has to be 23 because I've actually got 20. Although, yeah, this has to be 192. Max of 191. Perfect. I think, do you know what? I think that's going to be better than what we had. And it's more likely to be able to get into the corner of 0, 0. Because we never used to see any stars in 0, 0. And I guess the label, like, actually sort of comments the code a bit. That does look better. Although there's still not many up at 0, 0. But I'm seeing some more. than I was. Brilliant. Oh, dead. See, I am a lazy game dev because I sometimes think, let's just give them one life, and then I've done it. That's a cop out, isn't it? All good coders are lazy. Cheers, man. Yeah, well, I'm literally like so lazy that if I can't be bothered to think of a fix, I just think of a gameplay adjustment instead to suit to suit the to work around the problem. Ship it, yeah. That's basically what I did with Spikie Go Skiing. It needed some more refining, really, but I just got too annoyed with looking at the same code. Well, there's some truth in that, but the actual truth is I filled up every byte of the memory and decided that, it's good enough. Ship it. Okay, that's the starfield done. That was a side tracking issue there we just had. Let's not bother with the border. We know when we're dying. I want to only do this once. Oh yeah, so I could. Well, I mean, I could instantly just check it's alive here for a start. So that will save me having to load it there, I think. Although I probably have to push pop. That's a point. If you're still here, Mook, would it be better to load A twice? Although I've noticed I'm actually, or to push. If I say I wanted to use this twice, would it be better to push AF straight after, pop it below, or would it be better just to load it again? Or is it about the same? Anyway, I'll check if it's dead. I think we're using true and false actually for that. Oops. So now if it'll only happen once, so we'll probably find now we have only got 4 lives when we're dead. Yeah. That's going to be fine actually, just doing that, because when we make him alive again, at that very point, we'll set his position to the spawn point. We probably want to create a constant for that. Push is 11 T's. Oh, interesting. So there's 2 T's difference. But of course, then I'm also using part of the stack. Well, why not? Want to? I don't know if it matters or not. But yeah, because what about pop? You've got to pop it afterwards, haven't you? Yeah, yeah, but you'd only need to load it once. 11 for push, 11 pop, plus you'd have to do the original load, the thing you were going to pop, or push, I mean. Or you only have to count one of the loads in the double load part. Yeah. So quite often it's actually better to load again by the sounds of. Interesting. I know I have got a reference that tells me the T states, but sometimes it's nice just to be able to ask someone live like that. Helpful. Oh yeah, I was going to make a player spawn point. Oh, that's speed. What am I doing? So I wasn't reading properly. Mhm. Oh, thanks for popping in, Emu. Means a lot to have experienced guys as well as intermediates like me. All people are welcome, but it's always helpful to have an expert in the chat. I'll be popping again sometime. Oh yeah, I just remember that you won't even see him if I spawn in there. Right, so we got the spawn point. What else did I want? And then cheers, Mook. I mean, if you're part of the dev team of the thing, you're pretty good. Definitely expert to us. So let me just think about this. I think we've pretty much successfully killed the player there. What we actually need to do is in the update loop. Before, if you remember, in the last game I made, I had states and they were sort of muddy in the waters. This time we haven't done that yet. We might need to if we have, say, a force field or something. You don't always want like loads of balls. Does he have force field? Does he have that? You know, if he can only be one thing at a time, and there's a list of things he can be one of, then it's worth having the state style thing. But we haven't got that now. In my usual code, I tend to put these return statements right at the top of every routine. Like, but there's no reason why I can't have some code here that will run every frame. So basically, I want to say, well, actually, we've already loaded it, haven't we? Just there. So if it's true, I mean, if it's false, sorry, we just don't want to return. We just want to call something else or jump to it. Again, I'm already seeing the advantage of my switch statement style like I used to do with the states. So it maybe is a bit cleaner actually. Because if I jump NZ now to like, you know, player is dead update, for example, you know, and then I want to return out of that to make sure that I don't run any of this stuff while he's dead. But if I then make another routine inside that, and if I call another routine from that, it can end up causing me problems. I might get into using call instead, and I'll just change that to false so it's easier to see, and then I'll do the same thing here. So if it's dead, do that and then return. That's what it's basically saying. And that's what, in a way, I was asking about that push pop thing. Although the compare's probably pretty slow. Probably better just to push it. Because the flags will be saved. So if it's Z then, it'll be Z then. Don't like that name. Let's just call it player dead. I guess player dead update, yeah. It's getting called every frame, it reminds you. Let's just wait until we press button. Space, I guess. Going on to the same thing I was going on about a minute ago. I'm going to avoid jumping and stuff like that. I'm just going to have where I've got kill player, player kill, player spawn, player respawn. You can't do that. Okay, so make it alive. Set its position. Set its position. What else do we need? Nothing really. I think that's it. Could it be? Again, that's straightforward. quite a lot changed there with all that code all over the place. Hope it works. What are we actually going to be looking for to see if it works? It dies, you press space, it should respawn. Simple as that. Okay. Don't want to jinx it, but we haven't had a game crash in us for a while. I'll wait until they go. It hasn't worked. So the respawn doesn't see. Ah, of course. Check keys. So really, we can just call check keys there. We want to always check the keys. I love that starfield. I keep repeating myself, but on this tiny little window, absolutely epic. And there we go, we respawn. Of course, we probably want to restart the entire level, to be honest. But then again, I want to keep it simple, and that just is another layer of confusion. What's the point? It's pointless. So the only problem was I just respawned then, and the enemies were still there, and it killed me again. And obviously you can keep respawning even when you're on 0 lives. But we don't need to worry about doing anything in here about 0 lives, because when we hit 0 lives, at that moment it's game over. Which is another thing for another day, because I'll make a main menu and a game over screen. Let's see how big the game is. Compile and run it one more time. So it's 20838. Then you've got to add 5.6 thousand for the buffer window. Or actually 6,144, I think. Buffer window. We're already up to 26,982 bytes. We've got like roughly 5 or 6k left only. And we've got to do them flight plans. But this was a real productive session today. Almost everything I've done has worked first go, as far as I remember. I'm pretty happy with that. Almost coming to an end of the session now. Although I am sad to end it here because it seems to be going so well. I don't want to forget things. I guess I could just give him invincibility for a little bit of time when he respawns to avoid that problem of the enemies. I mean, I'm sure that I could probably kill all the enemies if the player dies. Just kill all the enemies whilst he's dead. Or in fact, in the spawn routine, I could just say don't spawn if the player is not alive. Or no, let's just pause the level when he's not alive. Pause everything. Funny though how normally I have a unified update method in the level. I haven't got that this time. Oh, why is that halt there? I think it's even smoother now. Oh wow, what the hell? This is super quick now. Oh geez, this is like an arcade game. Coin op. The hardest coin op in the planet. I'll push this to GitHub in a minute. You try playing this. This is insane. Mega now. Love it. I was going to do something else though. Just right at the top of this method. Ah, that's a bugger. I could still update the player though, yeah. Again, it's not the cleanest thing to do, that, but it should work. It just won't update the level now until he's alive. Whoops. So tomorrow I'll be doing, yeah, there you go. I didn't like how the enemies are still moving. How are they still moving? Oh, that's in the draw loop, isn't it? I should change the name of enemies.draw to enemy.update. But yeah, we can do the same thing here. We can just do it here, like right at the top of this one. That's another potential gotcha for later for me. If I want to actually change something on the screen whilst you're dead, pop up a continue sign or something. I'll be wondering why it won't work. Should stop moving the enemies and everything now. There we go. Definitely a bit cleaner. It's really fun now. Thank you to Mods for that fix on the double buffering. I didn't realise it would make that much of a difference doing something like that. Crazy amount of difference. I don't know how you spotted that and figured it out that would be the solution. Just give us a couple more bullets. It's a bit crap like that. I mean, it's okay. I did want it to be a difficult game, but not that difficult. Maybe now it's too easy. Way too easy. Or maybe not. They are so solid, aren't they, then the second wave. See, there's the bug I was talking about. That's something to fix. Well, I had a great session here. I think I'll call that a night. Lots more to do tomorrow. When it's gone so well like this, I'll probably jump on it in the morning before work, get some done off air, and then come on at the evening, get even more done. We've got a fair bit of memory left, but it's running low already, to be honest. Let's have one more look. Yeah, like I say, it's 20, nearly 21, plus 6 for the buffer. And you get just over 32k, so not too much left. Definitely enough for some bits and bobs. We need a bad guy, a big boss man. We've got to think about what to do for that. Maybe some sort of tiled block guy, and you have to shoot all his blocks or certain blocks. Something stupid like that. It's going to be all good fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'll say good night, guys. Have a good evening. What's left of it. And make sure you get here tomorrow night if you're free. See you then. Good night.